Hi guys, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Esther and I will be the host for today's interview about hair care. So with me, I'm going to be interviewing Linda. She studied cosmetology. She's a hair guru. So I would love you to join me and listen to this amazing talk. So hi guys, you're so welcome to my channel, and with me is Linda, and she'll be talking a little bit brief about herself in a second. So today we'll be talking about hair care and all those amazing questions and things you have about you want to know about hair. So Linda, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, just like you to give a brief about yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Esther, for having me here.
You're welcome.
It's my joy, and I'm excited about all this.
Yes.
Talking about myself, yes, I did cosmetology. That's my passion. That's what I studied. I'm so passionate about hair, skin, and nails. So that's my passion, and I'm excited to talk about like how to take care of the hair and nails and skin basically.
Okay, that's nice to hear, because as the ladies out there we do not know, most of us, how to take care of our hair. Personally, we usually go to the salon. So this will give us a little brief of hair management at home, especially in this season of lockdown. It's a bit hard to manage. Me myself, I had to go through the whole routine of knowing how to care for my hair. So we'll just do a bit of questions on most frequently asked questions I've got and I've seen that have been going on that usually face about hair, that Linda will be able to answer. I hope they will be helpful to you. If you want us to speak more about this or to talk more about this, you can let us know. So let's get into these questions. Yeah, so question one. I'd like to know, how would you manage your hair on a dry weather condition?
How would you manage your hair on a dry weather condition? First of all, when the weather is really dry, the hair tends to lose a lot of moisture. So what you have to do with it, you have to make sure you condition it properly, and you have to use like a protein or keratin treatment. Yeah.
What's keratin?
Keratin is basically like, it's like protein.
Okay.
Yes. So it's like, keratin helps to rejuvenate the hair. It helps it to look more moisturized and yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So which products would you think those protein natural products?
Natural
Like
products. I think I would advise aloe vera. You can use avocado as well. Those natural things. You don't need to add a lot to them, but you just get like avocado the way it is,
Eggs,
and then you mix
eggs.
them, and you don't add any chemical or anything.
Yeah.
You just use them the way they are. Avocado, aloe vera. You can use eggs.
Okay.
You can use rice water.
Yeah.
Because all that has protein in it.
Okay. That's nice to know. Okay. So another frequently common question would be, how often would you need to do a shampoo service?
Shampoo service. If you need to wash your hair in a month, I think that can go like 4 times, because every week you wash like once. Because if you overwash your hair, then you're going to bruise all the cuticles and all the moisture will get out of the hair. So you need to wash like once a week.
Okay.
Yes, but remember, you wash and condition at the same time. Yes, because if you just wash and leave it like that, it's not going to help.
Yeah,
Yes.
it will be so cringy.
That's when you find your hair with like bruises and split ends and all that.
Tangled.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah. So next question, we go to aloe vera is said to be a good for hair, even skin as well. How does it work for our hair?
Yes, like the way I said, it's a very good moisturizer.
Okay.
Yes, it's a very good moisturizer. It's a disinfectant. It's an antibacterial. So it really works. It's very good. But if you are to use it, you don't mix it with anything. Because when you mix it with maybe a chemical or something, it will lose its intensity.
Okay, that's interesting to know. So let's go to the next question. Why would you? Why do we avoid using heat on our hair, especially us natural hair? Yeah.
Okay. Have you noticed that when you use a lot of heat on your hair, it becomes, yes, weak first of all, and then it also becomes brittle. So every time you are maybe blow drying your hair or you're blot drying it, you have to make sure you don't use like a lot of heat, because sometimes if you use a lot of heat, it will end up breaking. First of all, it becomes a lot dry. So you have to use like mild heat.
So
Let it be straight palm, let it be natural hair. It has always to
has
be,
the same effect.
yes, it has to be very little
Little
heat.
heat.
Yes.
All those people with straight hair who have to do like treatments every week and be in the dryer, then that
It always has to be very little heat. Because if you use a lot, it doesn't help.
I remember when I used to have straight hair, the heat would be too much. You feel like your skin is even burning. But
Yes.
anyway, that's a lesson to learn now. Avoid heat where you can. So let's go to the next question. How best can you take care of your hairline to avoid breakages or like damage, like
Hairline, avoid plaiting tight hair braids or hair pieces. Then make sure you you oil it often, and then what else you do with it? Just avoid like putting like tight things on your head, because like maybe when you're going to sleep and you put like a head cap or something and it's very tight, it's not good for your hairline. But mostly it's oiling, moisturizing, and then don't hold those tight puffs.
what of restoring the hairline?
It's basically moisturizing, oiling
Okay.
at the same time, because oiling is moisturizing.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So we'll go to the next question. Now, how do you maintain hair in a good healthy condition?
Good healthy condition: wash your hair, oil your hair, condition it. 3 things. That has to be like that's a basic routine. You have to wash your hair. After washing, make sure you condition it, and then you oil it. Because if you keep it dry, that's when it will get split ends. It will look so dry, so brittle, and it will start breaking, obviously.
What of plating? Does that keep the hair in a good condition? Because you're avoiding all that sun, direct heat.
I think I can say plaiting hair only helps to protect it from direct heat. But that mentality that people have that when you don't plait your hair, it doesn't grow, no, that's so wrong. It's wrong. So people, you plait hair because you want to protect it from direct heat or like a very cold weather condition or yes. But even when you're plaiting, make sure it's not so tight, because if it's so tight, you'll end up losing your hair.
Okay. Interesting fact. Guys, plating does not mean that. Not plating does not mean your hair won't grow.
Yes.
So, I hope you noted that. And how do you handle hair breakage? This is a serious one. Most people go through this.
I think that question, I answered it at some point.
Yeah,
when you asked about hair loss and like hairline.
That's about hairline.
Yes, because all that is hair breakage. So to avoid hair breakage, make sure you keep your hair routine like consistent. Don't oil once a month. That won't help. You have to make sure you oil your hair wash it clean, because if you don't wash it clean, you'll end up getting dandruff, and that won't be good.
Yeah.
So make sure you keep your hair clean all the time and moisturize.
Yeah. I think that the secret I've learned about like breakage, managing breakage is like I have a daily routine. So keep the hair moist at all times. When the hair is moist at all times, you're able to avoid the breakage and have minimal breakage. Because when I compare that to how I used to treat it before and how I treat it now with daily consistency, it's much the breakage is very minimal. So that's very.
And the most interesting bit about hair, the more you take good care of it, you actually yield good results, because it will have body, it will stop breaking, it will always look glossy and
very
nice.
true, very true. So that's nice to know.
So I think what I can say about like this kind of season that we are in, everyone is at home, people can't go to the salons. Just make sure, just wash your hair. Like, it's very simple, okay? To some people, it's not as easy as how we can do it, because yes, we went to school to study that. But at least try and make sure you keep your hair clean, because if you don't clean it, hey, you lose it.
And wash with shampoo.
Not soap.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
That's liquid soap.
Yeah. That's key. I'll make sure it's a good shampoo. Yeah. So, another question I would like to, this is an interesting one, especially for the kids are on holiday, and some parents are not used to managing their kids' hair. So they've been facing a lot of challenges. How can parents manage their children's hair without a lot of hassle?
They should get hair detanglers. So what hair detanglers do, they take away that whole pressure, you know, when you unplait your hair, the kids' hair, and it's all frizzy and coiled together. So what do detanglers do? They soften the hair, so it eases your work as you're combing through. So hair detanglers are very good. Hair detanglers have contents of still protein, like conditioning element inside them, like just a little bit of it. If you can't get a hair detangler, you can actually use a leave-in, because a leave-in also works so well.
Okay.
But avoid combing your child's hair when it has nothing.
When it's so
because
dry.
What will happen? She'll go like, ah!
When it's very dry. Yeah. I know. Okay. Nice to hear that. So, another one is, what causes alopecia, stroke hair loss? You can tell us first what alopecia means, then probably what causes it.
We have types of alopecia. Alopecia is hair loss. So there is traumatic alopecia that is caused by like plaiting those tight tooths or straining your hair. Then there is postpartum alopecia, that is alopecia caused by
From
giving birth and like hormonal changes, imbalances, all that. Then there is genetic alopecia, hereditary, like my granny had no hair or they were losing hair. Yes, there is that as well. So at least those three types. Yes, so how do you avoid hair loss? Still, I'll go back to my comment.
Yes.
Make sure you keep your hair routine consistent.
Okay.
Yes. Because with hair, remember it's elastic. So because it's elastic, if you don't take good care of it, it will definitely break.
Yeah.
Because if it's dry, have you tried to stretch a rubber band and it's like overstretched? Exactly. So you just have to make sure, again, oil, condition, wash your hair, keep it clean.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting, because I've seen people, like when you do like also those tight bands, like in the middle, there's that tension. People tend to get wounds, and then the hair starts to become less in those areas.
So that's traumatic alopecia, which
Okay.
is hair loss. And then maybe the other thing I also want to talk about, if you have, maybe if our salons open again, please try to use only one person to handle your hair. Because if you go to different hair salons, different people have different techniques. different people have different ways they handle hair, so make sure you only use one person. It would actually be very good if you learned how to handle your hair by yourself.
I trust you on that. I had to learn the hard way. Yeah. So another thing, oh, but we're talking about heat, but this one is, why is it a lot of heat is not good for hair? Because some people will be like, okay, you're telling us to avoid heat, so why isn't it good? Yeah, you give us some examples, but maybe you can give a little bit more on that.
A lot of heat is not good for your hair because it makes it so dry. So when it makes it so dry, so when it's dry, definitely it will break. So just make sure you avoid a lot of heat.
And I think another thing I learned is there are heat protectors.
Yes,
If you
exactly.
must use heat on your hair, please, there are various products out there you can apply, the heat protectors. You can apply before you actually put the heat, you blow dry or whatever. Yes, that could help a lot. Well, this has been an amazing talk,
Thank you,
Linda.
Esther.
Thanks for joining me on my channel.
Thank you.
Hope to see you again.
Yes, with more questions, of course.
Yeah. Guys, thank you for listening in, and I hope you can join us next time. Let us know what you want to talk about, and we'll be posting. Thank you.
We're waiting for more questions.
Yeah, so I'll be tagging her Instagram, her Facebook, so that you can be able to follow, like, or whatever questions you have, you can ask and let us know. All right.
Thank you.
Bye bye.